Testing, testing, 1, 2. Making sure we have audio because I don't want to have to film this video a second time. Okay guys, welcome back to my channel. I feel like all YouTubers that say that same line every single YouTube video. You guys have asked me to see what my desk setup has been like for the last year, or more or less what my desk setup is right now. Your desk is somewhere that you work or you spend, at least for a creative, somebody who stays at home and makes content. Your desk is somewhere you spend a lot of time at, so you're going to have to make sure that it is somewhere that is functional, but you also feel comfortable working where you work. Okay, so my desk setup is not a desktop, it's not a traditional desktop setup. It is actually a laptop, and my laptop is docked over on that side, and it's connected to a monitor. So at any point in time, if I feel like I just don't want to work at home, or I just have a job to do that needs my laptop, I can just undock that, carry it with me, and that makes my setup a lot more functional for me. But it also makes it a little bit more risky, because if I do take my laptop outside and it gets damaged or I lost it or whatever like that, then it probably might be game over. So the idea for me is to have, yes, a portable setup, but to also have a backup setup at some point in time. But we'll get to that later. We'll talk about what other upgrades and stuff I want to do. So we can start with let's start with the desk. The desk itself was it was an old office desk from, I think, my mom's office, and it ended up here because they were going to throw it out. So we ended up taking the desk itself. I believe, let's measure this one time. I think it's 2 feet wide. 2 feet wide, and it is about 62 inches long. I don't know if that's a pretty standard or long size desk, however. I think it's a pretty big desk. I think it's a pretty big desk. Keon, I say, by the way.
Hey guys.
It is a pretty sizable desk. It's not a small desk by any means. It gives me a lot of real estate to work with. So you've seen me do unboxing videos on top of this desk. You've seen me do like repair videos on top of here. And it just gives you a lot more room to work with. Now, I don't think I would go with a bigger desk than this. I love this size, but that's just me. What I do love about it though is that it does have this pull-out tray underneath here, so I do keep my keyboard and mouse right here. And it has 2 side drawers. I don't know if you can see. Can they see that? I'm using my phone as a... Those 2 drawers, because I can always take stuff off of the desk that I don't want to have there and just slot them in the drawer. First thing I think that you would see when you walk into this room, or when you see my desk at any point in time, is the lighting. Underneath, the desk lighting is from LIFX. The desk lighting is a light strip from LIFX. They make not only light strips, but they also make LED, Wi-Fi, smart controlled bulbs. Did I say that correctly? So with Amazon Alexa, it works with Google Assistant, which is what I have mine connected to right here, the Google Home Mini. What's cool about these is that at any point in time, if I feel like, I can always turn them on or off. I can control them individually, so I can turn the desk lamp on by itself, or I can turn the desk strip on by itself and then turn both of them off. So anything you have, you can connect all of them together. And you can also set presets for each one of them. I'm not going to change the lights around too much, but you can set presets for each one of them. You can set day and night times. You can set it to turn on at 6, turn off at 7, white at noon. You can do all sorts of crazy stuff with this, but what I really like about it is that you can control it using the Google Assistant. The problem with these lights is that I bought 1 extension cable. I was supposed to buy 2. And the extra extension cable was supposed to go all the way around there. So if you're realizing that the lights stop right there, that's kind of why. Keyboard and mouse, I didn't realize how hard it was to find a Bluetooth, small, slim form factor, back illuminated keyboard. I found on Amazon the Logitech K810. This is what I've been using for the last, I would say, 6 months. Pretty nice keyboard. Battery life is incredible. I probably charged this at least 5 times since I've had it, and I use it all the time. The lights are always on. Well, the cool thing about the lights is that they have a sensor somewhere around, and I have no idea where the sensor is. I have not been able to find it, but as soon as you put your hand over it, the lights turn on. So that's a really cool thing, especially if you don't have underlighting to see a keyboard. As soon as you put your hand over it, the lights are going to turn on. Mouse itself, the mouse is a pretty basic mouse. I am not a picky person when it comes to keyboard and mouse. It just needs to be comfortable and it just needs to work. So the mouse itself is a Logitech M510. I believe this is one of the low-end mouses. Cool thing about this is they take 2 Duracell batteries, and I have changed this once in about 2 years. No kidding. So it lasts a really long time, and even when it's dead, there's a light that turns on when it's starting to die, that turns red, and I've had that red light on for about 3 months. So there we go. We're gonna move from I guess this side of the desk to that side, and then we're gonna cover everything going across. So the clock on the wall, I got the clock from a website called Society 6. You realize it's black and it's a wood grain, and I try to get black and wood grain matching accents across the desk. So the desk is wood, the lamp is wood, the book arc is wood, and that is wood as well. So we're starting there. But by the way, everything that I talk about in this video is going to be linked down in the description down below, so that if you're in the market for any of these products, you can find the links down below, shop for it, like yourself. PlayStation is a Black Ops 3, I think this was a limited edition Black Ops 3 PlayStation 4 console. Nothing special about it, it just has these lines in it for the Black Ops 3 symbol. And there's also some Black Ops 3 symbols on the side of it. You also get this controller, well, it's not even a skin, this feels like it's this is the actual color and color scheme of this controller. It matches well with everything else I have on the desk. It's grey and orange, has a little orange accent going on, so this was not a purposeful purchase towards the desk. I had this all the time, and I kind of realized that it just fit in well with everything. And the PS4 is connected to a 42, because I have no idea how big this screen is. Right, so it's a 42-inch LG Smart TV. I have no use for the smart functions. I've used it maybe a couple times just to try it out. Other than that, I don't use it at all. It just plays games, it watches Netflix, and sometimes it watches YouTube. And that's about all that TV really does up there. It is for entertainment. I don't even use it for editing or anything productive, really and truly. In between that is a Sony Soundbar. If I can find the model number or something for it, it'll be down in the description for sure. Great sound. It comes with a subwoofer down below. Connects via Bluetooth. Never had any issues with it. Never had any issues to connect it. Never had any issues with anything. So those one of those things I just kind of bought it. It works. I don't touch it anymore. This volume never passes 20 or 15 to 20, and if it goes anywhere past that, it starts to blast. It starts to shake the walls and stuff. So let's just skip this for a while. Let's skip over to the next side of the lighting. It's right here, this lamp in the corner. It's a lamp from Tommons that I found on Amazon. So one of the things I really picked up to kind of match the accent in, has this nice wood grain and it's black. I think I saw this in somebody else's desk store and I was like, that's a really cool lamp. I want to buy one. I think the big reason why I bought it was because it was really adjustable. So sometimes I can just pull it up and face it down. So if I'm working on something like I was fixing a lens or something like that, I could just turn the light white and then just start fixing whatever. Adjust it back and turn it back on. Because my laptop only has 3 USB ports and the Logitech mouse is using one of those ports, I only have 2 USB ports left. So I decided to pick up a 4-port USB hub, which is this thing you see right here. So I just plug that in. Excuse my crappy cable management. I can't do anything about that right now, but I do know it bugs me as well. The 4-port USB just runs behind the monitor and plugs into the laptop, and the laptop is sitting on a book arc from a company called 12 South. They say on the website it's only for Mac products, but here we are. Plugged into the 4-port USB hub are 2 Seagate drives. The one is a 2TB drive and the other is a 4TB drive. Both of them are USB 3. That's where I store all of my photos, videos, and other work I'm using at that point in time. If it's not on those hard drive, it's over on the 500GB SSD. So that's kind of where I do most of the heavy lifting from, the SSD drive, and then I would use the hard drive for the storage. Moving along to the smart section of the room. Well, we kind of touched on the smart section of the room earlier from the smart lighting, but what powers the smart lighting is the Google Home Mini. Now, they make a couple versions of the Google Home. They make a Google Home Max, I think. They make the regular Google Home and they make the Google Home Mini in different colors. Now, the Google Home itself is about this size. So that would have gone somewhere around here and it would have blocked an area on the desk. I think is really nice about the Google Home Mini is that it doesn't get in my way at all. It just sits on the desk, it stays in its corner, it's there whenever I need it. It can trigger from across the room. Like, I think I've done it on Instagram where I've kind of whispered, okay, you know the call word. I don't want to trigger everybody's Google Homes or Google Assistants, but I said it across the room and it kind of picked it up, which was amazing, but kind of creepy at the same time. If you realize, in this little tray underneath my laptop is just a cup. This is just a tray that I can keep all the little junk off of my desk. So I have like guitar picks inside of here. I have like screwdrivers that I might be using. I have flash drives, I have SD card readers. This is actually pretty cool. This is a USB SD card reader, and it also has a micro SD card in it. So you can actually stick a micro SD inside of there. It's great if you don't have a SD card reader or a micro SD card reader on you. Great as a flash drive, just jack this in, you're good to go. For sound, I used to use a Skullcandy H2. You saw in the video before I upgraded to the H3, but yeah, they're crap headphones in terms of the build quality. Amazing sound though, but the build quality kinda like, it sucks. So this is what I used to use as my editing headphones, but and last but not least is exactly what I do, where the magic happens, what I use to create, what I've been using to edit photos, do videos, do all of my creative work for the last, I think I've had this laptop for 2 years now, and it has been a joy. Actually no, more than 2 years. I think I've had it for like 3 years now, and it has been a joy to have. The laptop I have is a Lenovo Y50. It has a i7 processor, 16 gigs of RAM, a 500GB Samsung SSD in it, and a GTX 860M, I believe. But I don't use the laptop screen on it very much because I already have it docked to a Dell 23-inch 1080p monitor. I've been meaning to upgrade this. This is one of the things I've been meaning to upgrade. Last but not least are the upgrades. And the upgrades are very simple. First and foremost, I do want to upgrade my laptop. I do want to get a desktop setup. And I also, there's an area in the back side of my room now where I want to put a second desk. And I want to put a second work area so that I can actually do unboxing videos and like textile videos on that side, and leave this this area as my work section area, so I don't have to keep messing it up, getting it dirty, clean it up again, that kind of thing. So that's kind of like in the room upgrade section. But yeah, I want to move the laptop across to that side and get a desktop over here. And I also want to upgrade the monitor. Now don't get me wrong, this Dell 23-inch monitor has been great for the last couple of years, but I feel like I just want more screen real estate, especially when I'm doing video editing. I think I can do a lot more with a bigger screen. And I have not decided yet, but I do kind of want to mount the screen onto the wall and get it off the desk itself. I'm kind of skeptical about doing that because my wall is drywall and I already have a big ass TV on top of there, so I don't want to put too much weight on the wall itself. So I have been thinking about doing a monitor arm or just a bigger monitor. Those are things I've been considering for the last couple of months, but I haven't really pulled the trigger on any one of them. Last thing to upgrade is making noise. Can I make a noise? Yeah, you hear that? I can't. I need a new chair. I definitely need a new chair. And it's one of those things where you sit your butt in this thing all of the time when you're doing your work. You spend so much time sitting that you need to have a good chair, good ergonomic chair that is comfortable and that supports your back, supports your butt, supports your neck as well, because supports everything. So just like how you need a good bed for a good night's sleep, you need a good chair for a good day's of work. Put that in a sponsorship, dog. The rain coming, dog. So I done this video one time because we're gonna get no audio. All you're hearing is rain hitting galvanized. Okay, so thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you guys got a decent insight into what I use on a daily basis. Maybe some other time I'll do a camera gear review video, a camera bag review video, where I show you guys what's in my camera bag. But for now, that's my desk. That's where I've been working for the last year. This is what I feel comfortable with. I do have, it's not going to be this way maybe next 6 months, maybe next year. I do want to do some upgrades to it, so it'll be fun to see where this video is in the next year. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you like this video. I hope you subscribe to the channel, and if you want to see some more stuff like this, let me know what you want to see in the comments. Until then, I'll see you guys next time.